Hey, it's Josh and Chantel, and this is Wake Up Classy 97, the podcast. It's a replay of today's full show.
It's Monday, February 10th. On today's show, the big game last night has us extra tired this morning.
And I'm still, hours later, still going like, ugh.
Yeah, like the energy levels are just wah, wah. I'm a Top Gun pilot.
Not really, though. You're more of a Top Gun trainee standing near airplanes. That's more your speed.
Yes.
Like, you were not flying anything.
No, I wasn't. I didn't even see any planes.
You didn't even see an airplane?
No.
How do you know you were even on an aircraft carrier?
Because I know that part.
You were just on a boat.
No, I was on the aircraft carrier.
That's a boat.
That part I know.
You were just on a boat.
Not just a boat, an aircraft carrier.
Okay. What color was it?
Gray.
Gray.
We have a Super Bowl recap.
Yeah, we ran through pretty much everything you need to know.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Swapping flaws.
Now, this is a thing where you want to trade mistakes with other people's mistakes?
Yeah.
Okay, it makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah, I get it.
We have 3 new lost socks.
Let's get those bad boys on the clipboard.
I have a cold, cold heart.
Yes. I don't know what else to say.
You should probably
listen,
stop.
it was a joke, and I didn't take the points for it, so it doesn't count.
If you see a seam ripper in my hand, it's not a good time.
I have nothing to add to that.
Slowly back away.
Or jump in and excitedly and be like, listen to all of these things that I got to tell you. That's a fun way to handle it.
She shall be known as Anastasia.
Yeah. Or Ingrid.
Or
Chantal.
Yeah. I'm too cool for stools.
Apparently, but not too cool for a pinched old thumb.
I know it. It's because I'm dangerous.
No, you're not. Standing on a stool in the wind would be dangerous.
That is dangerous.
You tiptoe rather than get a stool out.
It's because I'm so dangerous.
You're not dangerous. Tiptoe's not dangerous. I could break a toe. That's dangerous.
How do touchless sinks really work? I can't ever get them to.
Apparently you have to touch them.
Apparently.
They're touchless.
Touchless.
Until you touch them.
We need to make some subscription decisions.
That's right. We've got too many and we're paying too much.
Yeah, we are.
So we're speaking with our wallet.
Yeah. Take that, businesses.
Yeah.
And the dirty mug has to go.
Yeah. Has to go in the dishwasher, has to go under a bunch of soap, has to go back into the sink with soap, has to go somewhere.
It's got to have some soap. Antibacterial.
Yeah, please. And thank you for listening to the show. We hope that you'll subscribe wherever you're listening and rate the show. You can find us on socials, Classy97 KLCE, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search us out. We're Wake Up Classy 97.
Enjoy today's show.
They have often said today should be a holiday.
Yes.
Or they should move the football game to Saturday.
I'm just always game for a holiday where we just get a day off of work. I'm always for it. I'll always support that. What petition do I need to sign?
I don't know.
I will
One of them.
Sign it.
So they call it National Football Hangover Day because it is the last night. And if you're on the East Coast, like, imagine how late it was because you're 2 hours ahead of Mountain Time. So when did that thing wrap up?
Let's see. We got home at 9? I don't know.
So throw a couple hours on that.
I mean,
at 9? I feel like it was later than that.
No, we got home. I think we left at 9.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what time the game got over, though.
Not much.
The game.
we'll get into that later. But let's say it's 11, and then you got to be at work early like we do. That's no fun.
No, it's not fun getting up this early anyway.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
I did it.
I think you're still asleep.
I feel like I am.
Yeah. That's why they call today what they call it. So too much food, staying up too late, moving a bit slow in the morning.
Yeah.
That is why they call it National Football Hangover Day, because we've had too much football. We've indulged too much. And now we have to pay the price.
Yeah.
And it's feeling tired.
It's
and dragging all day.
Some ham sandwiches and some meatballs
I
and
know.
some buffalo chicken dip and some queso.
I had vegetables.
I had some vegetables too, dipped in queso.
Oh, you dipped them in queso?
Yeah.
I dipped them in that little ranch veggie dip.
Queso.
Mm. Yeah. So now here I am.
So now here we are going.
It's
"Why
early
Did I wake up this morning?
to be here to entertain the people.
Here I am. Here we are. Let's do this.
That's why. All right. Well. Good morning.
Good morning. So, speaking of danger zone.
Okay. Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone wraps up. Speaking of that, what zone of danger are we headed to?
What movie is that from?
Well, that is from Top Gun.
That is from Top Gun. Guess who had a dream about being in Top Gun?
Me when I was 8 to 42.
And me on Saturday night.
You did?
Yes.
All right, tell me the details.
Well, you were there.
Okay.
You and I were on the aircraft carrier, getting ready to fly in our own. What's the plane?
That's what I want to know.
I looked it up.
What plane were you flying?
I don't know. It was the Top Gun plane.
There's many.
They did use many. I thought there was just one.
I mean, there's the F-14 Tomcat, there's the F-16, the F-18, the F-A-18. And if you go more modern, you've got a lot more modern planes.
I don't know. I don't know which one it was.
All right.
They all look the same to me. So it was one of those planes.
This is an interesting thing.
Why?
Because your Top Gun dream, we're on the aircraft carrier. We're in different planes, each of us.
No. You and I were in the same plane.
We're a Maverick Goose situation.
Yeah, I think
Who's
so.
Goose?
Is Goose the one that's mainly flying?
No.
Who's the one in front?
Maverick's in the front.
Okay, that was me.
All right, great. I'm the Goose. Super.
No, you don't die.
Well, let's hope not. So if it's a 2-person plane, there's several different. Okay, go on.
Okay, we were with a big group of people that were also learning how to fly, but I don't know why we were there. I just looked up what it meant to learn how to fly. I was freaking out, as you can imagine, because it's what I do. You were cool as a cucumber, so I don't know why I was learning how to fly that plane. I don't understand.
So you had an anxiety dream about learning how to fly an airplane
correct.
that you didn't want to be flying.
Correct.
That is not a Top Gun dream.
I looked up, dreaming about learning how to fly typically represents a desire for freedom.
Okay.
What does that mean, you think?
Probably you want freedom from whatever it is that's making you anxious about learning how to fly an airplane. I don't know. You got a lot of anxiety about your.
I do. I just have a lot of anxiety about everything.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I just want some freedom from anxiety. But having a dream about learning how to fly a Top Gun plane isn't going to reduce that. And then I was like, we were standing on the podium thing as they were going over some instructions.
Yeah.
We didn't go to flight school. Nothing. It was just us on the aircraft carrier, and they were just going over a few things. They were like, okay, we're going to send you up soon.
And then next thing you know, you're in the airplane.
Yeah.
What were you wearing when you were in the airplane? Were you full flight suit?
We didn't ever get into the airplane.
I'm so confused. A minute ago, we were in it.
No. We were on the flight deck.
I see.
We never got into the plane.
You did not have a Top Gun dream.
I did too.
You had a standing around at a class meeting about flying dream.
The scariest part for me, the thing that gave me the most anxiety was landing the plane back on the aircraft. That's the part that I kept asking a lot of questions about.
Uh-huh. Like what kind of questions?
I don't remember.
Like if we miss, what happens? Are there sharks in this water? How deep is it?
What would be the scariest part for you?
The whole thing.
Well, yeah, but my scariest part is trying to land it back on the aircraft carrier. What would be your scariest part?
Pushing the right button to even take off. Here's the thing about taking off. It's a shorter runway for taking off.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's you got to land on it, and you got the hooks and the cables and stuff to help you brake.
Right.
But when you land on the aircraft carrier, and I've never done this, so I'm speaking only from what little knowledge I have, you have to throttle up so that in case you miss, you have enough speed to take off again and try again. Where normally if you're landing like an airplane on the ground, on Earth, not on water, on a boat, you drop throttle as you come in to land.
What did your Top Gun dreams usually consist of? Because you said you had a dream ever since you.
Yeah. I was going to be a fighter pilot after I saw Top Gun.
Oh, everybody was. Not me.
No.
But everybody else was.
You were going to stand on a flight deck and get lectured and ask a lot of questions.
No, I was going to
say. I think your dream was less about getting freedom.
What was it about?
I don't know. You never flew. So it's not, you searched out the wrong thing.
No, I said, what does your dream mean about learning to fly? I was learning to fly.
Okay.
That's what I searched.
I don't know.
The point of the matter is we never got up in that plane.
Yeah, normally you would be flying around. You'd be cruising. You would already be in the air in your plane doing maneuvers.
No.
That's what would normally happen.
Not me.
Not me. I'm just over here asking questions about if the ocean is wet.
No. Come on. Also, you need a different flight partner because I'm not that person. You should not go up in a plane with me.
I didn't have an option.
You could have said no.
Nope. It's your dream. So, no, I could not have. I have no control. Sort of like you in that plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good job, Top Gun.
Thanks. Oh, I could fly a flight.
You could fly a flight.
Plane.
Sure. Sure. Good job. So, after every Super Bowl is settled, everything gets, finished up. We figured out who's the big winner. Last night, the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, the winning players were already wearing the Super Bowl champion T-shirts and hats. And they're able to wear this merchandise because Super Bowl champions' hats and tees are printed up for both teams before the game even starts.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
I found out that they store
wasteful.
a bunch of this merchandise in warehouses in the host city as well as the home team cities. So big warehouses, lots of merchandise, and they move it out that quick so you could get stuff today.
Okay.
In the stores from those teams. The stuff that is from the losing team.
Oh.
Yeah. Gets sent all over the world to help out for people in need. And so this year, the charity called Good 360 are shipping the products to Eastern Europe. So the Super Bowl 59 Kansas City Chiefs champions gear is being sent to Ukraine, Poland, and some other Eastern European countries where it will be distributed to people in need.
I'm of two minds of this. Does anybody care?
I don't know.
I think, wow, like what a way to not just throw that in the landfills and give it to people who might need it. But I think it's so wasteful, and I don't think that it needs to be made at all. And I think maybe you could just save the money on making that extra merchandise and send that to countries so that they could use it to buy food or send them clothes that they'll actually want, not somebody's throwaways.
I get it. It's all brand new stuff. It's never been worn.
I get it.
It is,
If you're desperate if you're living like Ukraine, living in a war-torn country,
right?
Are you going to want an American losing football team?
I don't know if you care.
I know that you're not going to care, but you're also going to want something. I don't know. I'm of two minds about that.
I totally get it. I totally get it. This company, Good 360, specializes in what they call asset relocation for charitable purposes. They're involved in stateside relief efforts for the Los Angeles wildfires, Florida and North Carolina hurricane devastations, among other crises. The organization also works with the NFL for more than a decade to redistribute merchandise to locations in need, everywhere from war zones to disaster zones and improvement areas. So that stuff gets distributed all over the place.
Okay.
Which is interesting. I mean, there's definitely a need, and they go, look, we've got all this stuff. Now, could they, instead of, making a big deal about having that stuff right now,
exactly,
furlough that?
That's what I'm saying.
And instead just say, hey, listen, congratulations, you're the winner. You don't have a hat or a shirt today, but you'll get one in the mail.
But also, you don't need one because guess what? You won't use it after today. So why not save the waste? That's what I'm saying.
I see.
It's wasteful.
You don't think that they would use the shirt after the day?
No, I don't.
Okay. It's good news to get you going.
I'm sorry. Well, do we want to talk about it?
What is it?
The Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, I suppose we should.
Should we?
Everybody and their dog is going to be talking about it, so we might as well talk about it too. What do you want to talk about?
Trying to figure out how nice I should be.
All right.
I'll be nice.
I think you should be nice.
I'm going to be nice.
Okay.
Eagles win. It was awesome.
Yeah.
There was a lot of interceptions. There was a lot of sacks. I really quite liked watching it.
You did?
I did.
Okay.
I did like watching it. I think Jalen Hurts played a pretty amazing game.
Yeah.
I think he really played a lot for his team. He was running a lot because a lot of his players were being protected and blocked, and he was like, well, I'm going to take this ball and I'm going to run it. And Saquon always plays amazing, so he did great. And I kind of liked watching that game.
Okay.
It was pretty good. It was a pretty good shutout.
So earlier in the season, when the Eagles played against the Steelers, Jalen went into a press conference and he said, "That's what you all wanted to see, huh?" So that became a meme last night because they won, and so he didn't do that at the press conference from what I've seen, but a lot of people have turned that into a meme overnight of him going to a press conference and going, "That's what you all wanted to see, huh?" Which is an interesting thing.
That is what we all wanted to see.
It definitely felt like a lot more people wanted to see Kansas City lose.
Yeah, well, especially when they came out and they were booed.
It was
I don't like
wild.
when people boo. It makes me feel sad. As much as I am not a fan of the Chiefs, I don't like to see a team get booed. They're just there trying their best. I don't know. I don't like people getting booed.
I hear you.
Unless they actually deserve it for being a terrible person.
Okay, all right. That's fair. So let's talk about some of the commercials then. You had mentioned that you kind of didn't see any that really stood out to you. And I wasn't paying a lot of attention because my whole plan was to tie flies during the game, which I successfully did.
You did.
But looking at some of the movie trailers, the F1 trailer got dropped with Brad Pitt.
Oh, yeah. I did see that.
So that was one. I'm looking through. I was trying to see, because I like the movie trailer ones. Those are the ones where I go, like, this is cool. I mean, right out the gate, you had the Lilo and Stitch thing.
Oh.
Right at the very beginning with the live-action Lilo or Stitch. Did you not see him running around on the field?
Briefly.
Yeah. So
I think I was eating some meatballs at that point.
That checks out. That checks out. I'm trying to see. Marvel Studios Thunderbolts.
I saw that one. With an asterisk
with
at
an
the end.
asterisk at the end. I don't know what that is for. Then the second part of the Final Reckoning for Mission Impossible.
Oh, yeah.
That one was in there.
Yep.
The Jurassic World with ScarJo.
And Jonathan Bailey.
Those are the movie trailers that I'm seeing. Haagen-Dazs did the Not So Fast, Not So Furious commercial with Ludacris and Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez. So that one was in there. I don't know. I'm looking through like some of the other commercials. Like Ray-Ban Meta did their thing with the glasses that have the AI built into them. I don't know if you saw those.
No. I really honestly didn't see a lot of commercials that I was like, that was hilarious.
Harrison Ford doing the Jeep commercial, whispering that his last name was Ford.
I liked that one because Harrison Ford, man.
Okay.
Harrison Ford be Harrison Fordin.
All right.
He's a good dude. I like that guy.
But nothing real. I mean, even the number of commercials. Like normally, I feel like there are way more commercials and way more hype. Did we ever see what was up with that guy dancing in the halls at the school with the "Kick Me" sign?
No.
I never saw the follow-up to that commercial. It said, after halftime. I never caught the second half of that.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
so
I don't even know what that commercial was about.
I guess maybe I didn't pay that close of attention to the commercials.
Okay.
I was too busy eating snacks.
And then what about the halftime show?
I liked it.
Yeah? You like Kendrick?
I do like Kendrick Lamar. I like the halftime show. His flare bootcut jeans.
Those have been making headlines.
Make me laugh a little bit.
I liked his nod to PlayStation. If you saw the set design, it was a square, a triangle, an X, and a circle, which is the PlayStation video game controller.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Yep. So that was there. So, cool. Cool. I watched a little background thing about the lady that's kind of involved in organizing the staging for that whole show.
Yeah.
I mean, it is trucks and trucks and trucks of gear and all of those people. And you have like leading up to the performance, you have like 7.5 minutes to get everything on the field, everybody in their places for the show to run. And then you have about 6 minutes, a little less than 6 minutes to get everything off and everybody off the field so the game
can resume.
On. Yeah, there's like 13 minutes of transition time plus the show, and that's it.
Talk about a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, no, thank you. No.
Yeah. You don't want to be in charge of that?
I sure don't.
That sounds stressful.
It does sound very stressful.
Plus, you're such a time person, you'd lose your mind.
I would absolutely
You'd be like,
lose
it's been 10 seconds, we're behind.
Yes, I would lose my mind. That is not the job for me.
Yeah, you got to keep your cool in that.
That's not the job for me. I'll never want that job. Kudos to the people who can do that job and do it well. Well done.
Yeah. Well, cool. Anything else you want to talk about?
Oh, no, did you hear that the Eagles won?
I did hear.
Woohoo! I was talking to your cousin's wife yesterday. She was doing some crocheting. Mm-hmm. And I mentioned that I had finished a quilt over the weekend.
Right.
And I was showing her some pictures, and I said, don't look too closely because then you can see all the flaws. And she asked if I had ever given away any of my stuff as
like
a
that
gift.
You've made.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I've handmade stuff for people before. I go, what usually happens, not usually, this has happened on occasion, where I have taken gifts that I've made for people back and said, I got to fix this.
Yeah. No, I think you have, how many projects like that do you have? At least one that I know of.
2.
You have 2 right
one
now.
One from my mom and one from your mom.
Is it the same project?
No.
Okay. So you reclaim them in order to redo it?
Yeah.
And you haven't done it.
I haven't
How
redone them.
long ago did you reclaim the gifts?
Years.
Yeah,
isn't that pathetic? But I don't like to give away homemade stuff because then I go, this is terrible quality. I'm sorry. And then I stress about them going like, this was terribly made. Like, how could they? Yeah, it's bad. So
both gifts have pictures of our kids on them?
Yeah.
They don't care how it's made.
I know.
And they're missing those gifts because the pictures of the kids aren't there.
Guess what? I did for your mom's, the one I took back from your mom's. They were black and white photos when I initially had done them. And then I went, this looks terrible. I'm going to print new pictures. I have printed the new pictures finally. I just have to
they're
finish
in
the
color
project.
this time?
They
or
are
they
in color.
Well, okay.
So I'm gonna do it.
That's fancy.
I know. Anyway, so I'm talking to her, and she said, well, homemade gifts have flaws. That's just the way they are because they're not made by machines. They're made by people, and that's what makes them special.
Right.
And then she said, and I thought this idea was brilliant, that there should be a flaw swap.
What's that mean?
That means that you just gift somebody your thing and say, this has got some flaws on it, but we're doing a flaw swap.
So that you have that expectation already built in that it's imperfect.
That it's not going to be perfect.
Right.
Here's
That's
the thing
point.
I made for you.
Yeah.
Maybe some of my lines are uneven.
Sure.
Maybe some of my stitches are popping off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Stitches be popping off.
Stitches be popping off.
You know?
I love that idea.
I think that's a good idea.
Swap.
Yeah. Look, I made this. It's handmade. It's going to be imperfect by design because it's just built by my hands. And here you go. Enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy. Don't look too closely at the flaws.
Right. Or do.
And say,
Look
I've made
how you
flaws
goofed.
before,
Look how
too.
you goofed all that up. Does it affect the usability of the item?
No,
No,
sure doesn't.
not one bit.
Still
So-
a cool item. Still a
Right.
cool present.
So maybe just relax a little bit about it.
I know. Hey.
Every day's therapy. Hey, what?
I don't remember what I was going to say.
Okay.
I know what I was going to say.
There it
I
is.
was going to say, hey, Colleen, Josh's mom,
Yeah.
I'm going to get that present back to you soon.
Well,
I promise.
does she know it's even missing?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Well, she knows I took it. Yeah.
Does she?
Yeah.
Okay. You get it back one of these days. The pictures have been reprinted.
They have. They're better.
First step.
I finally threw away the lost socks in the laundry room.
I noticed that. Now, those have been hanging on there. These are the mismatched sock wall.
Not even mismatched. They're just the lost.
Right. They're
the other
they're
half
not
of
lost. They're found. The other half is lost.
Yeah.
They're the left alone socks. And that little clip thing that you have hanging on the wall for those socks has been full of socks forever.
For years.
For like
years
since
and years and
like,
years.
since our son who graduated high school 2 years ago was in elementary school. It's had the same socks. So that's a big deal. I'm telling you, there were socks.
All right.
He had socks on there from elementary school.
Okay, that's fair.
Those socks were never coming home.
And then I just kept adding to the pile and adding to the pile.
Right.
I finally said, why am I hanging on to these socks? I'm never going to find these matches.
Right.
And I just threw them all away.
I saw them in the garbage, and I went, that's a big move.
It's a big move.
Because now what's going to happen is all those other socks are going to start showing up.
Yeah,
and
they
you're
are.
Look, we've replaced the dryer. So if they got stuck in the drum of the dryer or something, that dryer doesn't even exist anymore. We can't even get access to it.
No.
Those socks are gone.
Gone.
But yeah, big day.
It was a big day.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and for a minute, I gathered them all up and I laid them all out and I said, let's just double check and make sure that the matches are just sitting here already.
Were any of them?
Nope.
They were all, there were probably 24.
No.
You don't think there were 20 socks on there, 20 to 24 socks?
Maybe 15.
No way.
Yeah, wait.
I feel like more than 15.
No, I think
feel like about 10 more.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that many.
Yeah, a quarter of 100.
Gathered them all up and I said, garbage. Whew, it felt freeing.
Did it?
Yes.
Now there's no socks hanging on that
There's
thing.
no mismatched socks hanging on that wall.
I have one mismatched sock sitting on my dresser.
Oh, I have two sitting on my dresser too.
Clip them up.
That's where they go.
Clip them up. We got 3 socks. New ones to add.
No.
Clip them up.
There was a couple of pairs of socks on that. Not pairs because they were all just solo socks. There was a couple of solo socks on that wall that were clipped up there. And I went, I don't even think that these belong to us. These are like visitor socks.
How would we end up with visitor socks in the laundry?
I don't know.
I don't know any visitors who have done laundry.
I don't remember buying those socks. I don't remember any members of our family wearing those socks.
That's interesting.
That's what I'm saying.
Someone took our socks and left other socks. Is there a sock goblin?
A sock bandit.
Or maybe a sock, I don't know, gnome? Some sort of other creature?
I don't know.
Some sort of sock creature that shows up and steals one but leaves someone else's?
Regardless.
Goes house to house, shuffling socks?
Those socks are gone. All of our mismatched socks out the door.
Get your socks under control.
I did.
I know, but now we got the new ones.
3.
Let's get them clipped up.
There's only 3.
We got an empty board. We need to clip socks to it. That's what it's for. We've got lost socks. Let's use it.
Help me find my mate.
For another 15 years, and then we'll clear it off again.
I probably won't let it go that long this time. Maybe what's a good amount of time to leave a sock up until you can find
a month?
The match.
I mean, laundry gets done multiple times during a month.
Yeah, a month sounds reasonable.
So if you don't find it within a month, then probably got to get rid of that sock.
See you later. Adios. I think that's a good amount of time. A month. Okay, we've got 3 socks to hang up there. March 10th. If those socks
you going to put
found,
dates on them?
No.
Little expiration stickers?
I'm just gonna remember.
Oh, no, you're not.
Turns out I might not be a very nice loser.
Hold on.
You hold on.
Okay. So what happened? And let's hash it out. What'd you lose?
We were playing with our friends over the weekend a rousing game of Scattergories.
Good game.
It was a good game. We were laughing. We were having a good time until what happened? I'm trying to think what even happened first. There was a lot of things. There were some stepping stones to me getting cranky about the game.
Let's run through those stones.
I think one of the stones was that I had a good answer. I can't even remember what the answer was. And then you all voted to see if it would pass or not. And it was pretty split across the board. You were the deciding factor.
Yeah, I somehow got roped into the middle of deciding whether or not you were going to get a point for an answer you gave that was pretty borderline not
what was it?
Legit.
I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember either. I believe I remember what I said because the letter was C.
Well, that comes later. So then I got cranky about that. I didn't get the point for that point.
Yeah.
For that category. And then
But you didn't get the point because you attacked me. And so I said, this doesn't bode well for you, as I am the decider of whether or not you get the point, and you were like attacking me.
No.
And then you realized it had consequences, and then you kind of went like, oh, well, maybe I'll ease up. Maybe I want that point.
I do want that point. I did want that point. And then after we played 3 games, we tallied up our scores.
Yeah.
And I think I got 14 for all 3 of my games.
And I got 25.
Everybody was in the 20s except for me. And then my friend lovingly said, 14 points for all 3 games? And so then that made me feel bad.
That didn't sound lovingly.
No, it wasn't. That was sarcasm.
Oh, was it?
And so then I felt bad.
Uh-huh.
And then I said, I'm leaving. So I left and went to the bathroom. And then I came back. And I said.
Uh-huh. Are these the stepping stones?
These are some of the stepping stones.
All right.
There were some other things also that I didn't get points for that I feel like I should have.
Okay.
And then the category became, I don't know what the category was. The letter was C.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. The category was things that are found in the refrigerator.
No, it was just things that are cold.
Okay, things that are cold.
Yeah.
And the letter was C.
Yeah.
And you put
Chantel's heart. It was a joke, and I also did not take the point for it But boy, did it upset you.
Well, you are my husband. You're supposed to be nice to me. Tell me my heart is cold.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
And it was because also of, I thought it'd be funny. And
it was funny.
And it was a reference to the way that you had treated me when the tiebreaker was involved. So it was not inaccurate.
No, you're right. It wasn't inaccurate. And when you said that,
yeah,
it shook me a little bit.
Oh.
But then I started to realize, okay, maybe I have been playing this game a little too rough.
Mm-hmm.
So I cooled down a little bit.
And then you actually played better.
Mellowed out.
Once you mellowed out.
I know, and then I did. And then I was like, I'm doing pretty good at this game.
Uh-huh. Once you relax and just let the game happen, you were like, wait a minute, I filled that out pretty quick. It's a good game, Scattergories.
It was a good game. We had a couple of tense moments. And I'm sorry to our friends who got to witness a little bit of raccooning.
Yeah, you did have the raccoon on display a little bit.
Just tossing trash everywhere.
Uh-huh. And then going like, but also give me points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to win.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to win.
Did you win?
No.
No, you did not. But you tried and you had fun.
Yep. I had the confidence, the willingness to try.
No, that's a different thing.
Oh.
This is just, you didn't win, but you tried.
I did.
And you had a good time.
I did have a good time.
So you won.
For a minute, I did not have a good time, but then I had a good time.
Right. So you won.
We all won.
That's exact. Look at that.
I have a artwork. There's a little postcard in my craft room, and it says, if you see a seam ripper in my hand, now is not a good time.
Because you are fixing a mistake.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Let me tell you what happened.
Okay.
I've been working on a quilt, and I've been I've quilted it, and then I was feeling really good about getting this project finished. And I was going strong and going steady.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, great, I think I'm finally done quilting this. Now to put on the binding. I got to the step to put on my binding, cut all my pieces out. I have a new binding tool that's supposed to keep the binding.
When you're pressing?
Yeah, when I'm pressing, you just put it in there. You put it in these little slots, and then you can iron it, and it keeps it nice and even, this binding. I've never used it before. I used my new tool for the first time.
I saw you using it. I thought it was cool. But when you got all the way through pressing and then you sewed your pieces together?
Oh, no, I sewed my pieces first.
And then you were pressing? No.
Yes. Now I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, no, you would have pressed after. You're right. So you were sewing, you made your mistake, you unpicked, you re-sewed, then you pressed.
Yeah, okay. That's right.
Yeah.
Because you have to sew so I cut all my binding pieces.
Right.
2.5 strips. And then you have to sew them together.
Right. And you were showing me that they fit together kind of at an angle so that when you unfold them, it sort of is a sturdier seam and it hides it real well.
Well, you're supposed to sew, when you put your binding pieces together, you're supposed to sew, you kind of make a plus at the edges there. And then you sew in a diagonal line.
Right. It's a 45-degree angle seam.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
I sewed the diagonal backwards.
So you had a negative 45 instead of a positive 45.
All of them.
And that messed you up.
8 strips of that.
Oh, you just kept going.
I just kept sewing that way.
I thought you caught it and then fixed it. You had sewn all of them and then caught it.
Yep.
Oh. I didn't realize that.
When I went to take it out to go press it, I went, what is wrong with this? And I went, and then I said a lot of bad words.
No, you didn't. And you just got your seam ripper. You sat down and happily just took out the threads.
Yep.
Did you backstitch those or no?
No.
Well, that's nice. So you just had to kind of pop a few and pull it out.
Yep.
That could have been way worse.
8 times.
Oh. But 8 times at what, 2.5 inches? It's not huge.
The stupidest part is that when I was sewing them backwards, every time I took it out of my sewing machine, I was like, oh, it was wonky to take it out and like cut the thread off.
Yeah, you should have caught it then.
I should have. I didn't. I just said, well, it's the way it's done.
It's
It's just the way you do it. So I guess this is the way you do it. And then I went, huh.
So when you sewed them the right way the second time, was it easier?
So much easier.
Oh, yeah. Well, now you know what to watch for.
I know.
When you go to do binding next time and you go, this feels wrong, you go, it is wrong. But I'm going to catch it now.
Yeah, that's the thing about mistakes, isn't it?
You learn from them.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you make the same mistake over and over and over, and you never learn from it.
Sometimes. But are you going to learn from this one?
I hope so.
Me too. Because I'd like to be able to come and say hi without feeling like I was going to get seam ripped. That would be great. It's not my fault, but I'm sure antagonizing the issue by being present. How's it going? Not now. Okay. Talk to you later.
In my days, I've been called a lot of things.
In my days?
Yeah, in my life.
Okay, so you have been. Your name is Chantel.
My name is Chantel.
You've been called mom.
Yes.
You've been called wife.
Yes.
Because that's how I walk around. Hey, wife.
Hey, wife.
I don't do that.
And then you snap. Wife.
No, that is not a thing. You've been called sister.
Yes.
You've been called daughter.
Yes. No one's ever called me daughter. No one's ever said daughter or sister. I've been called sis.
Yeah.
I've been called Shanny.
Yeah.
I've been called Shan.
Shan.
I've been called, what else have I been called? Bro.
Hey, what up, bro?
Bro.
Or bruh.
Bruh.
Uh-huh.
When I was in high school, there was a couple of girls. There was a girl named Chanel.
Uh-huh.
And there was a girl named Chanel.
Chanel. You've been called both those names because it was close to Chantel.
Yep.
I see.
It's been misspelled quite often.
Okay.
And that's fine.
With extra L's and E's and sometimes an S instead of a C.
Yeah.
Okay.
Recently, I've been called Ingrid.
Ingrid.
And Anastasia.
Okay. Hold on. By whom and why?
Don't know.
People in passing?
No, people who I've come in contact with at work.
I see. That don't remember your name.
Mm-hmm.
And so they just make one up.
Mm-hmm.
And what they came up with was Ingrid and Anastasia.
Two
very wild
separate
names.
People, two separate entities, not the same person. Yeah. It's not necessarily close, is it?
No,
Either
it's
one
not
of
like
those.
it's not like somebody called me John. I get called John from time to time, and I go,
Do you?
Am I mispronouncing it when you asked what's your name? Josh. John? No, Josh.
And again, I'm not trying to be. I know that names are hard. It's hard to remember people's names, and so maybe you're trying to. I know it's something that sounds.
It's something exotic.
Exotic? You think that
Ingrid
my name is exotic?
And Anastasia are not typical names.
So you think Chantel is an exotic name?
I think it's an uncommon name.
I feel like okay, maybe.
It's
maybe
not
that's
Tiffany or Jessica or Brittany. Like those are common names, right? Maria, Mary, or any of the variations. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
It's an uncommon name. You don't hear Chantel all the time. So I think it has more to do with it was something weird. What's another weird name I know? Ingrid. It's Ingrid.
Where does Ingrid typically come from? Is that a German name?
It sounds like it could be.
I'm trying to think because Anastasia is a Russian princess.
It says it might actually. It's Scandinavian.
I am Scandinavian.
Yeah, Scandinavian origin from the Old Norse name Ingriord. It means beauty or charming goddess.
Hey.
So Ingrid's not bad. Now, Anastasia
Maybe I'll change my
is
name to
Greek.
Ingrid. Oh.
And
not Russian.
That is correct. It is not Russian. It is Greek, and it means resurrection.
Huh. Interesting. I don't necessarily care to be called either of those names.
Okay. But they're not bad names.
No, they're not.
Chantel, the way you spell it, is a French name that means stone.
Like my cold,
like
cold
your
heart.
cold stone heart. Stone. It is a variant
Perfect.
of the name Chantel with an A at the end. Chantl, a T-A-L.
Oh, okay.
Chantal.
Chantal.
Right. So
Yeah,
that's what I know about
It's
it.
been spelled that way before.
Popular in the 60s is when it was the most popular. And still popular today in France and around the world.
Oh.
It's also a gender-neutral name. So I've never met a boy Chantel.
I haven't either.
But apparently that's a thing.
I wonder if they get called Anastasia too.
And is associated with noble families in France, including the clergy. So,
Hey.
Chantel.
Brad,
Stone.
Look at me. Stone.
Stone. Spelled with an S at the beginning or with the extra L's and E's at the beginning.
At the beginning.
Or at the end, I mean. The extra L's and the E's at the end is an anglicized version, which also means song or to sing.
Hey.
Look at you.
We always knew.
You're a singing rock.
Yeah. That checks out.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Look at me.
I've never been, that's more accurate than anything I've ever been called before.
A singing rock.
A singing rock.
Look at you.
How?
How?
I feel very proud of that.
Well, good for
I'm
you.
a singing rock.
Yeah.
Singing stone.
Sing stone. Stone to sing. To die. Shakespeare.
To die.
To die.
To sleep. No more. I pinched my finger.
Yeah, you told me a story about how you did that. You have a flag you hang up and on the outside of a building, and it's just got one of those little brackets, and you slide the pole in it, and ta-da, a flag is hanging. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That flag is how high off the ground?
I gotta stand up and see.
So you're like 5 foot
I'm 5'4".
something.
Get out of here! I'm 5'4". I am 5'4".
With shoes on. So
it's high enough that I have to stand on my tippy toes.
Right.
So it's about here. Like
okay,
it's
so
mounted here.
let's call that just above 6 feet.
Okay. So
all right.
the mounting is here, and then
Okay.
I also have to put the flag at an angle in there.
Right. So because it is angled, so you have to put the flag in at that angle for it to display properly.
Correct.
I'm with you. So when you do this, is this every day? Is this a few times a week you put this flag up?
I have to take it out every day.
Yeah.
It's rare that I have to put it in.
Okay.
So when I put it in, that's trickier because
you
taking
have
it
to
out, I can grab it
Sure.
and pull it out. But if I put it in, you have to really see.
No, I see. I understand.
You see?
I see. I do see. The pantomiming helps.
Thank you.
All right. So you've got this flag. You had to hang it up on Friday.
Yeah.
So you went to put it into the bracket.
Yep.
And pinched your finger with the flagpole in the bracket.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
How's it feeling today?
It's fine. It's healing, but it was bleeding. I was bleeding.
And that's because you have to get it at that weird angle. Now, you tiptoes this thing?
Yeah.
Why don't you get a stool?
Sometimes when I've done this in the past, there have been people that walk by, men generally who are taller than me, who say, "Oh, do you need a help?"
Do you need a help?
And I say, "Yes, please."
Yes, I do. Okay?
That's happened maybe 2 or 3 times.
All right.
That somebody's been walking by,
Sure.
seen me struggling, and been like, let me help
Do
you
you
out.
need a help? Yes, I do. And you get the help, and
Yeah.
then you move on with the day.
Most
Now,
of the time, I can just struggle my way through it and be fine.
I'm going to go back to my previous question, which was, why don't you use a stool?
Okay, because the stool seems more work than it's worth. I have to go get the stool. I have to take the stool outside. It's a fold-up stool, so then you have to unfold the stool. You have to climb up on the stool, put the flag in, climb down the stool, fold up the stool, go put the stool away. It seems like more work
than
just
struggling flag,
my way through it.
Tiptoes, can't reach, pinch finger, ouch, that hurts.
Yeah.
Still get the flag kind of in there, but mostly crooked.
But also,
and then walk away.
How silly to have to use a stool to put in a flag.
You can't reach. That's what stools are for. How do you get spices out of the spice cupboard you can't reach?
I have to get a chair?
Yeah. Take a chair. Roll a chair out.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah. That's why you need a stool.
Yeah. Next time, I think I probably will use the stool, and then I'll find that it's so easy that I'll never not use the stool again. I know.
What you need is one of the small stools that you just fold up and you keep under your desk so that when you go to do the flag, you just grab that one, plop it down, and fold it back up and you're done.
That's a great idea.
I know. Put that on your list of things you need, is one of those small little folding stools. You don't need a full ladder or even a 2 or 3 step thing. You literally need another 7 or 8 inches. Right. You're going to be good.
Right.
That's all you need.
But if I do have a stool under my desk, like you say, then I would use that all the time.
Yeah, you rest your feet on it.
Yeah.
There you go. 2 birds, 1 sandwich. That's it. It's perfect.
And then I won't pinch my finger anymore.
Right. And a footrest.
Look at you solving problems.
That's what I do.
Josh.
That's what I do.
You're a genius.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Today you are. In this moment.
I am a genius in this moment.
In this moment.
Wow.
Don't forget about it, bud.
I won't. I never will. Never, ever.
There's automatic soap dispensers.
Automatic soap dispensers are all over the place in every bathroom, almost.
Everywhere.
Yes. Not at home,
soap dispensers, automatic water dispensers, automatic hand dryers. Now, here's what happens. I feel like I'm invisible when I go to use these public restrooms sometimes, because I will stand there
waiting your hand
for the water to come out.
Yeah.
And I'll wave and I'll hold my hand and I'll surprise it like, oh, look at motion.
Ooh.
And then that sink doesn't work. So I'll try the next sink over and I'll go, hey, here I am. Soap in my hand, no water. Next sink, nothing. I can't ever get them to work. I don't know what's the problem.
Are you going just horizontally?
I do both.
Or you'll go up higher toward the faucet?
I do, yeah. So initially I'll go in horizontally. And that doesn't work. And then I'll try to wave.
Do you ever do 2 hands?
Yep. I've tried it all.
I've tried it all.
It does not work for me.
Foot.
I have not tried a foot.
That's the key. Got to have the foot in there. Here's something.
What?
Back in elementary school, did you have the big trough sink with the foot pedal?
The trough sink with the foot pedal?
Yeah.
No.
You didn't?
No.
I want that back.
I don't know what that even is.
So it was, let me see if I can
Let me tell you something
thing.
else.
Yeah.
I was in a public restroom just recently on Saturday, and they had one of those paper towel dispensers that you just reuse. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where you just pull it down?
You haven't seen those in a long time.
Ew, yeah.
You didn't have one of these. Come around here and look at this thing really quick.
Okay, I got to take it.
I know. This sink right here, so it's made out of whatever this stuff is, and it's just a big trough.
Wait.
And then you had the foot pedal here, and you would stand on that foot pedal, and then this ring right here would have water come out of it on all sides.
Okay.
And so everybody in the bathroom could stand around the sink anywhere, and the soap dispensers are in the middle, and you would just step on the thing, and you'd get your soap, and you'd wash your hands. You didn't have that?
I kind of remember that.
Those were everywhere we had those things. Those sinks were amazing. and awesome.
Were they amazing?
Yeah, I think so.
They probably were taken out because kids were making a giant mess with those.
Probably, but that was also sanitary because you didn't touch it with your hands for the faucet stuff. Hang on, let's see.
Okay.
Classy 97, hi, good morning. You're live on air with us.
Yes, I'm calling about turning on the faucet.
Yes, do you have a secret? Maybe you can help Chantel with this issue?
Somebody showed me years ago that if you rub the inside of that faucet, the closest to the sink, up or down, it will go.
Oh.
Interesting.
I will have to try that.
Maybe it's a touch thing or something?
Yeah, it's kind of, if it hasn't been used for a while, then it kind of shuts off.
Yeah. Well,
so you have to just kind of rub. I showed many people before the bathroom.
Well, there you go.
I was shown that.
Well, that's
nice.
A good trick.
Because I mostly just stand there waving like an idiot. Like
I did too until I was shown. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for the tip. Appreciate
they have
that.
You fooled.
Yes,
Thank
they do.
Thank you very much. All right. The phone number, by the way, is 208-525-9797. You can call in anytime.
Good tip.
Yeah, we'll try that maybe. That'll help you. And we have faucets here, but we have the automatic paper towel thing. Do you ever have issues with
No, I don't have it.
The men's room paper towel thing sometimes doesn't work.
Oh.
So what I have found I have to do is take my shoulder and I have to bump into it. Yeah. And then it's like, here, have a paper towel. And I'm like, thank you. Don't make me use my shoulder on you. Not hard. But I just have to go bump. And then it gives me a paper towel.
I don't usually have a problem unless it's the water. The water is the main problem that I have. And then sometimes in the past if somebody gets theirs to work, I go, can you just leave that running and I'll just wait until you're done? I've done that before.
Here's another thing you said that sort of disturbs me, and it's probably my own little heebie-jeebs, but when you were washing your hands, the order in which you did things was dry hands with soap.
Yeah.
And I can't do that. I have to have water, then soap, then lather, then rinse. I can't dry hand soap.
I do dry hand soap.
I can't do it. No way.
Water.
No way. So I wouldn't be standing there with a handful of soap because I would have figured out the water wasn't working before I put my hands
I probably should do that because it's more often than not I'm sitting there with soap in my hands going, now what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. Nah, I can't do dry hand soap. That is not a thing for me. Wet hand, soap, lather, rinse.
Interesting.
Do you dry hand lather or do you dry hand soap and then lather?
I dry hand soap.
Yeah.
Water, lather.
Oh boy. I don't know. That weirds me out. I can't do it. I got to have a wet hand first. No way.
Same. You can't take pills without taking a drink
Right. I
first.
take a drink first, then I put the pills in, then I take a drink with the pills to swallow them. I put on my socks, sock, shoe, not sock, shoe. I'm a little weirdo.
No, I do sock, shoe too.
Now that I showed you that it's more convenient?
I don't know if it's necessarily more convenient.
But your foot's already up. When you put the sock
there.
On, you might as well just put the shoe on while it's there.
Sock, shoe. Now I'm a sock, shoe. Yeah.
It's more convenient, more efficient way.
It's the same efficiency.
I bet it's faster.
I don't.
Time it.
Let's do time it. Write it on the calendar.
Right. Add it to the calendar, or else we'll forget. Hi.
Hi. What's up over there?
Well, here's the deal. I've been thinking a little bit about our subscription addiction. That's what I'm calling it.
Okay.
Because I keep getting emails about price changes.
I know.
And they're never like, hey, we're cutting you a deal. They're like, it's going to cost you more money for the same thing.
And it's never like 50 cents more.
No.
It's dollars more.
It's been wild. And so I got another one today, and it wasn't about a price change, but it was like, we're changing our customer contract, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, great, cool, super. So I think we tried to have this discussion about a year ago, a little more than actually, as we were kind of rolling into 2024. We had the conversation. Now that we're into 2025, I think we need to revisit and figure out, for real, what are we willing to pay for? Because I think there's a lot that we don't need.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
And we have way too many.
We do have too many. I'm writing down what we do have.
Yeah, we did this again. This was a little more than a year ago. We went through and talked about what we have. Because one of them's a bundle, and that bundle includes like 3 different things, and it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
That one I would say is probably the top of my list to go.
The Disney Plus bundle?
Yep, that one's got to go.
And that includes Hulu, doesn't it?
And the ESPN Plus.
We don't ever use that.
But correct. But I think that we could probably, if we wanted to get Hulu's super cheap by itself. It's that bundle that's super expensive.
Okay.
And then there's Prime, and then there's Netflix, and then I think we still have Peacock because we were gonna get rid of it, but we never did.
Let's get rid of that. We don't need that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's stuff we don't need.
We can get rid of Prime.
We don't need that. We don't need that bundle.
We don't necessarily even watch Netflix that often.
I know.
I hate to get rid of that.
And they just bumped up their price too. And we looked at it, and we've been a customer with them since 2004, 2003.
Yeah, right when they
like
first...
forever we've been with them, because right when they started doing DVD stuff, we thought this is great, and we used to get 3 or 5 at a time, and we had a system down. We were really good at watching them and sending them back, so we always had something to watch and something in transit. We were very efficient.
Yeah, we were.
So we were definitely getting our money's worth then, but it was like $8. It wasn't whatever
I think
it is
we were
now.
paying
$7.99. Yeah. And for like 3 or 5 DVDs in the mail.
And to be fair, that one is the cheapest of the ones that we're paying for.
Other than Hulu by itself, if you were split it out.
Like Netflix, we initially, I think when we first signed up in 2004, we were paying $7.99. I really do think that's what we were paying.
Right.
And it's only doubled in price since then. We're only paying about $15
It's going up right now. So.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Like Netflix is in the process of raising their prices to $17.99.
What?
Yeah, unless you want the ad version, you can pay $7.99 and watch ads in all of your Netflix stuff.
Ew.
But the ad-free subscription is $17.99. The premium plan is $25 a month, and the premium plan gives you like faster streaming, a higher quality streaming, stuff like that. So, everything is just they're getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the only way that anybody's ever going to combat it is by unsubscribing to stuff. And I think for our own sake, we need to probably cut some stuff.
Let's do it. I wouldn't mind, actually. We don't use them that often. And guess what? If we're not watching TV, then let's do something more productive with our time.
You know what I mean? Like, go outside.
You like go outside or spend time on our hobbies or read a book.
Yeah.
Or play with the dog.
Right.
You get it.
I do. I do get it.
Okay. Let's figure out what we're going to get rid of.
Yeah, because I'm tired of, I got that email this morning and I went, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Quit taking more and more and more.
Quit price gouging me.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm going to speak with my wallet and I'm going to say, no more. You got to earn it.
You're going to show them, Josh.
If a whole bunch of people do what I do, it'll work. But if it's just me, they're going to be like, okay, cool. We picked up 17,000 new ones today to your one exit. But if a whole bunch of us just go, nah, enough's enough. We can speak with our monies.
Let's do it.
Or
lack of monies.
Speak with your lack of money and quit giving it to the people that don't earn it. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Chantel.
Hey, Joshua.
Would you rather this or that?
I would rather this or that. Thank you for asking.
Well, which one is it? Would you rather this or that?
Would you rather wake up every morning in a different random location anywhere in the world?
Interesting.
Or have a mysterious voice narrating your every move in real time?
Not that.
Not that.
No, he said out loud. And decisively. Under a chuckle. That would be awful.
That would be terrible.
He adjusted the microphone. Yeah, he did. That'd be miserable. I'm curious about waking up in a different location, and I've got some questions.
Okay, what are they?
My first question is, what travels with me from place to place?
Um,
Because like I'm going to need wardrobe, I'm going to need financial capabilities, I'm going to need communication. Those are important things. I can't go completely off grid and then have like no means to function in society throughout the day until I go to sleep again and wake up somewhere else. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because I'm going to have to be able to survive, and safety would be a concern. You just never know where you're going to wake up. Like sometimes you might wake up on top of a mountain in the middle of nowhere.
True.
And you've got to be able to survive. So what I would say is there should be, whenever I wake up, there should be like a trunk.
And that has
where
what
I
you
wake
need to
up,
get down.
it just has like essentials for me to survive the day. And then I go to bed and poof, I wake up, I'm somewhere else. Trunk, new supplies.
Okay.
That way I don't have to worry about different countries' currencies and stuff like that.
Did you ever watch Quantum Leap?
No. Don't.
No, I'm just,
Me?
I feel sad for you. That show was
You do?
awesome. Yeah, that show was amazing. But yeah, that's what he did. He just woke up in random spots.
Did he have a trunk of supplies?
He did not, but he had an assistant guy that would come in and tell him what he needed to do and where he was. That show was so
Did the
good.
assistant guy also quantum leap around?
Well, the assistant guy was not a real person.
It was like an AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
like
trying
a
to remember.
Jarvis?
I mean, it was a long time ago I watched this. Kinda.
Okay.
And he had like a little do. He had like a computer that he
A
could.
do.
Yeah, that's the sound. It was like, yeah,
Okay.
it would make that noise.
Uh-huh.
Like
How
that.
about it?
Oh, that show's so awesome. Yeah, he was an AI guy.
An AI guy.
Mm-hmm. And he
Cool.
would say, here's what you need to do. Go find some clothes here. Here's how you get out of this mess.
How about it?
That's what you need.
But that was his goal, was just to get out of a mess
Well,
every day?
No. He had to solve, like he was solving stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was a scientist.
Mysteries?
Yeah. And well,
Crimes?
not crimes.
Explain Quantum Leap to me. It's a new show.
It wasn't. Just look it up on Wikipedia. He would solve problems.
Uh-huh.
I think there was a lot of personal problems that he was solving. It wasn't necessarily like he was solving crimes or science problems.
So he actually showed up as a different person.
Yes.
Not even just somewhere else. He was trapped in time, it says, and he would leap into the body of a different person each week.
Yes. Did I not say that?
No. You just said he woke up somewhere else.
As a different person.
And the observer is the doot AI guy.
Yep. That guy.
Sam's holographic advisor,
Yeah.
who would provide Sam with details about his new identity and give him guidance on how to help the people affected by his presence.
There you go.
Interesting.
It was so good. Oh, I love that show.
Okay.
Where can you watch that?
I don't know.
Would you rather?
Yeah.
This has taken a turn, hasn't it?
Huh. Thank you for explaining Quantum Leap.
Our show today has kind of been all over.
Like a quantum leap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw something, and I hated it, and I have to talk about it.
Okay.
Our friends down the hall over in the K-Bear studio,
Yes.
over the weekend or on Friday, posted a video. They had tried that new orange Coca-Cola.
Orange cream Coca-Cola.
Right. And they gave their review, and that was fine. I had no problems with anything they were doing in regards to that. Have fun, boys, I say.
Is that what you say?
Yeah. But I've got to draw a line at the treatment of communal kitchen and communal mug in communal kitchen.
Are you sure this is communal mug?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Because there is no chance that particular individual who is named after a fruit has a mug here. So yeah, communal mug.
Okay. And what did he do to communal mug?
Here's the thing. Goes through the video, pours the drink. They only had one bottle of the soda, so they poured it into mugs to try it. Now, one of them has his own mug. uses it every day. I gave it to him. You and I gifted this cat-covered mug
cats on it.
to Victor.
Because he likes cats.
Loves cats. Has cats. We found this silly cat mug and said, you like this mug. And he drinks from that mug every day, including on Friday when he tried the Coca-Cola. That's his own mug. Do whatever you want with your own mug. The Peach, however, had a communal mug. And after he decided he didn't like the Coca-Cola as much as regular Coca-Cola, he dumped it in the sink and he rinsed out the mug and placed it upside down on the drying towel thing. End of what he did with that mug. There was no soap involved. There was no scrubbing. There was barely a splash of water to rinse the soda out of the mug. And then it went back into the communal space.
You really do have a problem
I have
with
a big problem with this.
Have you confronted him about this?
No. This is the first time I've told anybody about it except for you when you watched it in real time with me. And I went, what? Wash the mug, man. You don't just use it and then rinse it and put it back. This is how germs get spread. Yeah. Wash the mug.
This is why I don't use communal stuff. Unless I wash it first myself before I use it.
Which I believe from now on, I'm going to have to do.
Do you use communal stuff?
I try, not regularly. I'm sure I have in the past, and now I'm a little bit worried about it.
Yeah, you should be. People don't clean stuff out properly. They won't.
They can't be trusted.
No, you can't trust anyone.
So I've been sitting with this all weekend, just disturbed about this mug.
Is it still sitting there?
I didn't even want to look.
Since he last
I didn't
want
to look. I walked by. I didn't look.
It's probably growing stuff on it.
My theory is that because it was placed on the drying towel area, it either someone grabbed it and is using it today.
Oh, no.
Because they thought, oh, clean mug. I need a mug. Or it's back in the cupboard. But that mug is traveling around somewhere. If it's not sitting there, that mug is in someone's hand.
You got to go on search for it. And you got to warn people, hey, don't use that mug.
Wash the mug, man.
Well, that's actually what should be happening. Wash the mug properly.
With the soap. There's soap right there. The little swooshy round rinse, put it on the drying thing. That's not a wash.
There's a scrub brush right there. You have all the tools needed to properly wash that thing. And it takes the same amount of time as it did to swoosh the water around.
Maybe a couple of seconds more, but it's worth it.
You're concerned.
It's not cool. It's not cool.
You got to do some confrontation today.
I am. Someone's going to hear about it.
Oh, we're all hearing about it.
Well, I know, but they're not. They're going to hear about this mug.
I can't wait.
Wash your communal mugs. Moral of the story. You know what I mean?
I do, Josh.
It's gross.
I do.
And that's going to wrap up the show.
Anything else you want to talk about or discuss? Or
for later.
Okay.
I'll be fine.
A different day.
Yeah, later on. It's the grossest mug in the building that I know of.
I was going to say, it's not that gross. I'm sure there's probably grosser.
Probably.
There might be grosser, but we don't want to talk about that.
I know.
Ew.
Have a great day.
Happy Monday.
Yeah. Get some power naps in there. I think that's what's going to get you through today. It's what's going to get me through is power naps.
I need well, how are you going to take a power nap? I want to take a power nap.
You just got to disappear for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And you close your eyes and you just focus on your breathing. And then you do that 4 times and it's like having a 40-minute nap.
4 times? Do what 4 times?
Power nap.
You got to take 4 power naps?
Maybe 5 if I'm lucky.
How are you going to find time for that?
It's 10 minutes here and there, in between, waiting on stuff. Power nap. That's how.
You're like a robot. You could absolutely, I bet you could absolutely get away with doing that.
Yeah.
You could.
If you wear sunglasses, you can power nap anywhere.
Through a meeting at a stoplight. Don't do that.
No, don't power nap in the car. Bad advice. Have a great day.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. Thanks for listening to Wake Up Classy 97, the podcast. If you enjoy the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Wake Up Classy 97 is hosted by Josh and Chantel Tyler and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com.